Stephen, a young man hailing from a wealthy and privileged family background, found himself ensnared in the throes of a severe drug addiction, an affliction that began to take hold of him during his formative years as a result of the negative and detrimental influence exerted by his peer group. As the sole child of his devoted mother, who was his only remaining family, Stephen's descent into addiction was a source of profound sorrow and concern for her. Despite her tireless and numerous attempts to guide him away from this destructive and self-destructive path, offering both emotional support and practical interventions, the insidious nature of the addiction had already deeply embedded itself into his life, making her efforts seem increasingly futile as time went on. Stephen's addiction spiraled into a series of frequent and intense bouts of depression and anger, which not only wreaked havoc on his mental and emotional well-being but also strained and ultimately fractured his relationships, particularly with the women he attempted to date. His disruptive and volatile behavior was not confined to his romantic endeavors. It permeated every aspect of his life, extending its corrosive influence into his interactions at home. This created an environment of constant tension and unease within the household. The maids employed by his mother, who were tasked with managing the household chores and maintaining some semblance of order, found Stephen's attitude and erratic behavior increasingly intolerable. Despite their best efforts to cope with the situation, one by one, they were compelled to quit their jobs, unable to endure the oppressive and hostile atmosphere that his presence generated. This relentless turnover of household staff only added to the chaos and instability that had become characteristic of Stephen's life. In urgent need of assistance to manage the increasingly chaotic household, Stephen's mother reached out to a domestic help agency, hoping to find someone capable and reliable. Her efforts were soon rewarded, as the very next day, a young woman named Ogechi arrived at their doorstep, ready to take on the role of their new house help. Ogechi, a strikingly beautiful and exceptionally hard-working lady, came from a humble and impoverished background. Despite the financial hardships she had faced, she had persevered with remarkable determination, managing to put herself through university. She graduated with top honors, a testament to her intelligence, dedication, and resilience. However, the harsh realities of the job market proved unkind to her, and despite her impressive academic achievements, she struggled to secure a position in her chosen field. With no other viable options available, Ogechi was compelled to take up domestic work, using it as a means to support herself and make ends meet. Her arrival at Stephen's household marked the beginning of a new chapter, both for her and for the troubled family she had come to assist. Despite the constant antagonistic behavior exhibited by Stephen, which often manifested in rude comments and deliberate provocations, Ogechi remained steadfastly focused on her duties, displaying remarkable composure and professionalism. She chose to rise above his attempts to unsettle her, concentrating instead on the tasks at hand and maintaining the household. Stephen's mother, having spent countless years and expended a great deal of emotional energy trying to correct his behavior and guide him back onto a healthier path, had reached the point of sheer exhaustion. Ultimately, she resigned herself to the painful reality that she could no longer control or influence her son's actions, deciding to let him live as he pleased, hoping he would eventually find his own way. However, one fateful day, Stephen's behavior escalated to a new level of cruelty. He humiliated Ogechi without any provocation or justification, subjecting her to an unwarranted outburst that was both demeaning and deeply hurtful. This incident was the breaking point for Ogechi, who had endured his behavior with patience and grace for far too long. Unable to tolerate his unjust actions any longer, she decided to confront him directly. Summoning her courage, Ogechi told Stephen the harsh truth about his destructive lifestyle, delivering a candid and unfiltered assessment of his actions and their consequences. She pointed out that despite his considerable wealth and the privileges it afforded him, his choices had led him down a path of deep unhappiness and inner turmoil. She highlighted how his constant lashing out at others was a misguided attempt to cope with his own misery, revealing the stark contrast between his outward affluence and his inner emptiness. Her words, delivered with honesty and conviction, pierced through Stephen's defenses, forcing him to confront the reality of his situation in a way he had never done before. Stephen was profoundly taken aback by Ogechi's words. Throughout his life, he had been surrounded by people who either feared his temper or sought to appease him because of his family's wealth and status. As a result, no one had ever spoken to him with such unvarnished honesty and directness before. Initially, he was shocked and angered by her boldness. The sheer audacity of a house help confronting him in such a manner was both infuriating and bewildering. However, as her words echoed in his mind, they began to resonate deeply within him. Her raw and unfiltered assessment of his life struck a chord, forcing him to face truths he had long avoided. Ogechi, on the other hand, was filled with trepidation. She feared that her moment of candor had jeopardized her job, expecting swift retaliation for her outburst. She spent the night regretting her words, imagining the worst possible outcomes for her bold confrontation. To her immense surprise, Stephen did not retaliate the next day. Instead, he remained uncharacteristically quiet and withdrawn, a stark departure from his usual volatile demeanor. This unexpected silence puzzled both Ogechi and Stephen's mother, who had grown accustomed to his erratic behavior. His decision to stay at home, avoiding his usual routine, added to the confusion. Both women were left wondering about the impact of Ogechi's words and what changes, if any, they might herald in Stephen's turbulent life. Shortly after this series of events, Stephen's mother had to leave for an important business trip, necessitating her absence from the household for several days. This departure left Stephen and Ogechi alone in the large, quiet house, creating an atmosphere of unease and uncertainty. During this period, Stephen retreated into the solitude of his room, secluding himself from the outside world and from Ogechi's concerned gaze. His unusual behavior and self-imposed isolation began to worry Ogechi, who sensed that something was amiss. Driven by a growing sense of concern and the responsibility she felt for his well-being, Ogechi decided to check on Stephen, fearing that his silence and seclusion might indicate a deeper problem. As she approached his room, a sense of dread gripped her. When she finally entered, she was met with a harrowing sight: Stephen lying unconscious on the floor, his face pale and lifeless. Panic surged through her, and with a heart racing from fear, she called for the gateman's help. Together, they managed to rush Stephen to the hospital, hoping they were not too late. At the hospital, the doctors quickly took charge, working to stabilize Stephen and understand what had happened. After a tense and anxious wait, the medical professionals explained that Stephen had collapsed due to the severe strain his body was under while trying to abstain from drugs. This sudden and intense attempt at withdrawal had been spurred by the impactful and stirring words Ogechi had spoken to him. Her candid confrontation had ignited a desire within Stephen to change his destructive ways, but the abrupt cessation of his drug use had taken a significant toll on his already fragile health. Determined to reclaim his life from the clutches of addiction, Stephen embarked on a journey of recovery guided by the advice and support of his healthcare providers. It was a daunting path fraught with challenges and uncertainties, yet fueled by a newfound determination to break free from the chains that had bound him for so long. Every day became a battle against the cravings and the familiar pull of substance abuse, but Stephen persisted, drawing strength from the hope of a brighter future. Throughout this arduous process, Ogechi stood unwaveringly by his side. Her support was more than just physical assistance, it was a steady stream of encouragement and understanding that buoyed Stephen's spirits during moments of doubt and weakness. With patience and empathy, she helped him navigate the emotional rollercoaster of withdrawal and the daunting prospect of rebuilding his life without dependency. As weeks turned into months, Stephen's resilience began to pay off. He gradually gained control over his cravings, learning healthier ways to cope with stress and temptation. Each small victory strengthened his resolve, reinforcing his commitment to a drug-free existence. In moments of reflection, Stephen couldn't help but feel immense gratitude towards Ogechi. Her unwavering belief in his ability to change, coupled with her practical guidance, had been instrumental in his journey towards recovery. Beyond their roles as caregiver and patient, Stephen and Ogechi's relationship blossomed into a profound friendship. They shared moments of laughter and vulnerability, deepening their bond with each passing day. Stephen, once aloof and detached from the daily rhythms of household life, now eagerly joined Ogechi in chores around the house. He discovered a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment in these simple tasks, relishing the opportunity to contribute and nurture their shared space. Their friendship soon blossomed into something more. Stephen found himself drawn to Ogechi's warmth and strength, admiring her resilience in the face of adversity. Likewise, Ogechi grew fond of Stephen's genuine efforts to change and his unwavering support. Their connection transcended the boundaries of employer and employee, evolving into a companionship built on mutual respect and affection. Through their shared experiences and the trials they faced together, Stephen and Ogechi forged a bond that was rooted in trust, empathy, and shared growth. They became each other's pillars of support, celebrating milestones and comforting each other during setbacks. Together, they navigated the complexities of Stephen's recovery journey, emerging stronger and more connected than ever before. When Stephen's mother returned from her business trip, the transformation in her son left her utterly astonished. She had left behind a young man embroiled in turmoil and addiction, and returned to find a son who radiated newfound confidence and peace. The positive changes in Stephen's behavior and outlook on life were nothing short of remarkable, a testament to the profound impact Ogechi had on his journey towards recovery. Gratitude filled her heart as she realized the depth of Ogechi's influence and the role she played in guiding Stephen towards a brighter future. As days turned into weeks, Stephen's admiration for Ogechi deepened into a love that surpassed mere companionship. He found himself captivated by her strength, resilience, and unwavering support during his darkest moments. It was not just her practical assistance that drew him in, but the genuine happiness and sense of completeness she brought into his life. Stephen's heart overflowed with emotion as he struggled to articulate the depth of his feelings for Ogechi. Unable to contain the love blossoming within him, Stephen finally found the courage to confess his feelings to Ogechi. In a moment filled with vulnerability and sincerity, he poured out his heart, expressing how she had become his beacon of light in a once darkened existence. He spoke of the profound joy she brought into his life and how, with her by his side, he felt whole and complete. His words carried the weight of newfound clarity and purpose, a stark contrast to the confusion and turmoil that had plagued him before. Ogechi, who had walked alongside Stephen through his journey of transformation, felt her own heart stir with emotions she had long kept guarded. She had grown to admire and respect Stephen's resilience and determination, finding herself drawn to his genuine efforts to change and grow. In Stephen's confession, she saw not only his love for her but also the depth of his commitment to becoming a better person. Overwhelmed by the sincerity of his words and the depth of their connection, Ogechi embraced Stephen's proposal with an open heart and a sense of quiet certainty. Their acceptance of love marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one filled with shared dreams, mutual support, and unwavering devotion. Stephen's mother, witnessing their blossoming romance, offered her wholehearted blessing and support, grateful to see her son find happiness and fulfillment. Together, Stephen and Ogechi embarked on a journey as partners in life, united by their shared experiences and the profound love that had blossomed from adversity and growth. After years of disinterest, Stephen surprised everyone by embracing the family business with a newfound passion and dedication. His transformation from a troubled youth battling addiction to a driven CEO was nothing short of inspiring. Stephen immersed himself in learning the intricacies of the business, eager to prove himself and contribute meaningfully to its success. His approach was marked by innovation and a deep sense of responsibility, reflecting his newfound clarity and commitment. Throughout this journey, Stephen's mother played a pivotal role as both a mentor and a supporter. She wholeheartedly encouraged his newfound enthusiasm for the business, recognizing it as a positive outlet for his energy and potential. Her unwavering belief in Stephen's abilities and her constant guidance provided him with the confidence to navigate the challenges of leadership. Simultaneously, Stephen's relationship with Ogechi continued to flourish. Their love, nurtured through shared challenges and triumphs, became a pillar of strength for both. With his mother's blessing and unwavering support, Stephen and Ogechi took the next step in their journey together. They exchanged vows in a ceremony filled with joy and hope for the future, symbolizing their commitment to building a life of happiness and fulfillment. As they embarked on married life, Stephen and Ogechi embraced the challenges and joys that lay ahead with optimism and resilience. Their partnership was built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and shared values, ensuring that they navigated life's uncertainties as a united front. Stephen's transformation from a troubled youth to a successful CEO and loving husband underscored the power of love, determination, and the unwavering support of family. Stephen and Ogechi's story is a testament to the power of personal transformation and the impact of genuine support. Stephen learned that the choices we make, particularly harmful ones, can lead to deep unhappiness and strained relationships. However, he also discovered that honest feedback, even when painful, can spark significant change. With the right support and encouragement, overcoming even the toughest battles, like addiction, is possible. Stephen's journey shows that it's never too late to turn one's life around and strive for improvement. On the other hand, Ogechi's experiences highlighted the value of courage and truth. Speaking honestly, even in difficult circumstances, can profoundly affect someone's life. She also learned the importance of empathy and support, providing unwavering assistance to Stephen during his recovery. Ogechi's journey emphasized that regardless of one's background, actions, and character can lead to meaningful change and recognition. Through patience and understanding, she transformed her relationship with Stephen, demonstrating the powerful impact of love and compassion. Together, their story inspires us to believe in the possibility of change, the importance of support, and the transformative power of love and patience.